Right guys, thank you for watching another video, and this one is going to be my first impressions on Tomb Raider. Now, I'm really enjoying this game, and I know if you're a regular viewer of my reviews and everything like that, you know that every game that I review and talk about I'm always positive about, but that's literally because I buy good games, and this is no doubt, this is one of the best games I've played in recent time, I think. Now, there's obviously lots and lots of comparisons to Uncharted because that's just the nature of the game, the kind of action survivor game set in jungles and temples and everything like that, and it is very similar. But I'm not going to compare it to Uncharted at all because Tomb Raider was around way before Uncharted's time. So to compare them just wouldn't be fair really, because without Tomb Raider arguably there wouldn't be Uncharted, and without Uncharted arguably there wouldn't be this Tomb Raider remake. So yeah, I'm going to kind of treat it as its own. Now as its own, I think it's brilliant. It's a really eerie kind of, it's like a survival horror so far for what I've played so far. I'm not too far in, I'm only about 2.5 hours in so far. I've taken my time with it. I'm fully exploring the land and the whole island and everything, picking up all the collectibles and everything like that, and just kind of taking my time with it. I don't want to rush through the story and miss out on anything, so I am going to take it slow. I've got nothing else to play at the moment, so I really want to take my time on it. And I'm a big fan of the old Tomb Raider games as well. If you see my review quite a few months back, I did a review of the HD collection of the 3 PS2 era games, and because I'd played those games so recently over the past few months, it really does feel very different, and I think it's a worthy reboot, and I think they've really done it well by rebooting it. I think it needed a reboot because that kind of gameplay didn't really live up to current games and everything like that. If you played those PS2 style Tomb Raider games nowadays, it did feel really old, and now this one really is like the epitome of a modern game. It's got a bit of everything in there. You've got brilliant graphics, you've got really fun gameplay, you've got really atmospheric settings and everything like that. The characters are all believable and likeable. That's the thing as well. I really like the new Lara Croft. I think she looks, without this sounding really pervy, she's the best looking Lara Croft we've ever seen, and by that I don't mean she looks pretty or anything, because that's just sad, because she's a pixelated, fake computer generated pixel. But what I mean is, it's one of the best looking human models I've ever seen on a game, because her hair is really cool. It flows with the wind and everything like that. As you probably see on this mission, it's really windy and rainy. You can see the hair blowing everywhere. If you look closely as well while you're playing it, her eyes actually follow main points in the game, so if there's something like a collectible on the floor, her eyes will resort to that, and it kind of gives you an inkling to pick up a collectible and everything. But that's not to say they've taken anything away from the old Lara that we know and love. There's still that old style in there, but the reason they've gone for the drastic change is because this is supposed to be her origin story, how she became the Lara Croft we all know. So she is supposed to be very kind of timid and very different from the Lara Croft that we know from the previous games, and it definitely does come across that way. The gameplay in the game is really good. I'm a big fan of the gun combat and the bow and arrow on there. You can see the gameplay of the bow and arrow I just did. It's really fun to take enemies down with the bow and arrow, and I tend to use it a bit more than the gun. I tend to only use the gun in desperate moments when enemies are shooting at me or something, but away from that I do like to use the arrow a bit more. And also I use there's lots of kind of upgrades you can get for your guns and everything, including the arrow, so it's really flexible about what you can do. You can choose how you want to play it, really choose your kind of style, and it's really good. Admittedly it's very different from the past Tomb Raider games, but if you're a fan of that kind of action adventure games, I definitely recommend you give this a go. And although this is only a kind of short video telling you my brief thoughts on it so far, I really am loving it. But I will do a full review as usual once I've completed the game. But so far it's a big thumbs up from me, and I'm really enjoying this new Tomb Raider. So yeah, leave your thoughts down below on what you think of it so far, and tell me what you thought of this video. And so thanks guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.